Good morning. My name is Claire Palmerino, and I'm the privileged to be the platform assistant today, assisting our beloved Reverend Anand. Yes. And if you aren't aware of it, she instituted a first last Friday, a couple days ago. She instituted and helped bring into manifestation our first monthly open mic night. And if you if you weren't here, you missed something fabulous. It was so much fun. Who knew that we had so many poets and artists, musicians, storytellers? It was so fun. And what was really, I thought, so uniquely special about it is that it helped us to get to know each other in a whole new way. And so talk about community building. I hope that you can make the next one because it was well worth a Friday evening. Yeah, it was a great way to spend a Friday evening. So welcome to all of you beautiful, divine, eternal beings of light. And welcome to those beings of light that are joining us on the love stream. We are so glad that you're here. We all give you a wave. Whether you're watching live or watching in sometime in the future, we just are so happy you're here. Before we kind of move into the service, I'd just remind you, a gentle reminder to turn off or silence your phones. So that's the opening. We have our land acknowledgement.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just drink you all in. The open mic was epic. Who was here? Yeah, epic. And it was the first one, and we had over 50 people here. 20x. Yeah. And we had people from outside. That was really great, too. So we, the community of Unity in the Gold Country, acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Nisenan people who have lived in relationship with this land for countless generations. We honor their enduring presence, resilience, and deep spiritual connection to the earth. In gratitude, we honor this land, its beauty, history, and the people who have always protected it. In that same spirit of remembrance and gratitude, we honor Unity founders Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, and all who have sustained and grown the Unity movement across generations. We honor our founders, Rev. Joe and Lynn Sloan, along with the charter members of Unity in the Gold Country, as well as Rev. Jerry, who have all served this community with wisdom and care. And we honor our ancestors, individual and collective, whose love and sacrifices made our presence here possible. And they stand behind us as we do what is ours to do.
So we'd like to acknowledge anyone who's here for the very first time. If you'd be so kind as to raise your hand. Wonderful, yay. Well, if you got a packet, if you did not get a packet, please keep your hand raised and our prayer chaplain, Maggie Buck, will send one to you. Did you get a pair? Everyone, oh, our greeters do such a good job. Okay. So we invite you all, not just the newcomers, but all, to remain with us after the service. Today is a little bit different. You notice that we have tables set up. That's not usual. There's going to be a volunteer appreciation luncheon after the service. So today only, we're just doing coffee and tea for a little bit of fellowship time after the service, and then it's the volunteers' time. Okay. So we're so glad that you joined us today, and there's a little mark, a little ribbon on the packet. If you'd be so kind as to put that on your lapel or your blouse, that way we know that you're here for the first time and we'll make a special effort to welcome you. Now, prayer is foundational at Unity. And if you would like to receive personal, individual prayer, our prayer chaplain, Maggie Buck, if she'd raise her hand again, will be in the prayer chapel, which is out the door to the left and to the left again. And she's an awesome prayer. She'll make you you will feel uplifted, I'm sure, after a prayer time with her. And we have prayer request forms outside the door near the restroom door. And these get submitted to our prayer chaplain group to be prayed for. And there's always the silent unity that's available 24/7, both online and by phone. So if you want more information about that, just let us know. So I always feel like this is the official opening of our service, the lighting of the Christ candle. With gratitude, we gather as the unique expressions of the divine presence that we are. We pause for a moment to feel into this life force that invites us to be a creative partner with it. We now allow this sacred presence to more fully embody within our whole being. We also sense and feel the connection that exists between each one of us, the universal web of intelligence of which we are all a part as members of the human family. As we appreciate this web of connection with one another, moving from a me consciousness to a we consciousness, we express our desire to unite with all humanity through the energy of compassion and kindness. We invite this loving energy to rise within us now, extending outward to connect with Mother Earth and all sentient beings. This uniting spirit of oneness, the one I am presence, we call the Christ. We light this candle as a reminder that we are all blessed by being part of this one presence. This is the truth. Let us claim it, embody it, and make it real in our lives. Amen. And now we are fortunate to be blessed with music by John, Tom, and Drew, and Jonathan. So if you'd like to stand and join in this first song with me, and afterwards we'll have time to greet your neighbor.
1, 2, 3, 4. Think of your fellow man, give him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. Since it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Another day goes by, still the children cry, put a little love in your heart. Want the world to know, you won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place, the world will be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Take a look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide this will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. Will be a better place for you and me.
Lois. Greet your neighbor.
Thank y'all.
Joyful noise, joyful noise. Oh boy, the sevens are in the back. Just one more hug. Just one more. I haven't seen you for 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. 7 on the Enneagram. And for those of you who don't know about it, no worries. We can share that with you later. So we're doing the power of will this month, continuing to do that. Look at this tapestry that the tapestry committee did. Stunning. Yeah, so the divine power of will is about how we direct our focus and our action. And I really liked this poem by David White to invoke the spirit here. It's called The Opening of Eyes. Can you still hear me all right? Great. That day I saw beneath dark clouds the passing light over the water, and I heard the voice of the world speak out. I knew then, as I had before, life is no passing memory of what has been, nor the remaining pages in a great book waiting to be read. It is the opening of eyes long closed. It is the vision of far-off things seen for the silence they hold. It is the heart after years of secret conversing, speaking out loud in the clear air. It is Moses in the desert, fallen to his knees before the lit bush. It is the man throwing away his shoes as if to enter heaven and finding himself astonished, opened at last, fallen in love with solid ground. Opening of eyes. We're in a eclipse portal, and it started on Wednesday. And this new moon solar eclipse that happened on Wednesday is said to be not so much the kind where you plant seeds of intention. It's really about uncovering the shadow and leaning into it. So many of you may have felt some of what I felt, a little turbulence this week, some opening of the eyes, some opening of the heart, some opening of our minds. So we hold that intention, the affirmation that we come with open eyes, heart, and mind to come together and cultivate that which is always there, this longing to belong, this manifestation of belonging to ourselves, first and foremost, and to one another. And we affirm it, and it is real, and so it is. If you care to, please say our prayer intention with me. Together, we set the intention that as each name on our prayer list is read, that person is bathed in love and their highest good comes to them. And we have a list of people who are praying for, and we had some new additions. As Claire had mentioned, there's a prayer request form just outside the door. If you want to put yourself or anybody else on there, we will hold you in prayer here with our chaplain team, and then these prayers go on to headquarters in Missouri. So on our list today, holding these people in our hearts and seeing them in their wholeness and completion, Bob Anderson, Arthur Anderson, Ed and Barbara Goff, baby Felix, John Roddy, April and Claudia Bruce, Kristen Van Lefty, Dustin, Melissa, Lilac and Tiger Lily, Will and Charlie McBride, Rev Dan Baldwin, Don, actually, Gail DePross, Ariane Carey, Xavier Rubio, Linda Lou Haynes, Margaret and her 3 children, Manuel and Alma, Charlene Ayabe, Jackie and James, Julia Salazar, Linda Batera, Gwen Bennett, Nancy Chandere, Richard Hughes. We also have Dan Patterson, his wife and children, Wendy and family, Christy and family. And then anyone else who you care to bring into this space, you can speak their names aloud or hold them in your heart silently. And if you care to recite our statement of faith with me, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. And today we have Janaea reading our daily word.
Good morning. Wow. The light in this room is kind of blinding. Wonderful. Our word for today is celebrate. So share with me in reading the phrase, in joy and gratitude I celebrate. The completion of a long-held goal, a last-minute victory capping a tough competition, or a joyous reunion can all be causes for celebration. These moments overflow with so much happiness that my heart can hardly contain my joy. These special moments deserve celebration. Especially when the hard work is done, I gather with others in community to acknowledge what has been accomplished, to express gratitude and appreciation for each person's contribution, and to enjoy our togetherness. Life is made fuller through celebration. I join with others to share the precious feelings of happiness, satisfaction, and the pure pleasure that comes from knowing God is in the midst of it all. So, from the wisdom of Ecclesiastes 3:13, it is God's gift that all should eat and drink and take pleasure in all their toil.
Thank you, Janaya. Now it is time for our period of meditation. So I invite you to get comfortable in your chairs, settle into your seat. And before I begin, I just want to acknowledge that the first part of this meditation is borrowed from my mediumship mentor, Michael Mayo. So let us begin with the breath. Observe the inhale and observe the exhale. This simple practice brings us quickly into the present moment. Just watch the inhale come in and watch the exhale release out. Notice how peaceful you become just by breathing. When you're ready, shift your awareness to the heart center. Feel into this space, this home of the divine spark within you. Notice any sensations you feel, perhaps a stirring within, perhaps warmth, perhaps expansion. For a moment, just become aware of the heart center and notice what you feel. With effortless intention, invite your divine light to expand with every inhale. With every exhale, soften the body, soften the mind. Inhale, the light expands. Exhale, soften. Let go. Inhale, expand, soften with the exhale. Feel the divine light illumine every cell of your body. As this light fills the body, you begin to feel lighter and brighter. Lighter and brighter. Lighter and brighter. Any areas of heaviness, either mentally or physically or energetically, begin to lighten and loosen and fall away. Feeling so light and so bright, allow your awareness to rise up, up, up into the higher space of your mind. So light and so bright, you allow your awareness to move up, up, up into that higher space of your mind. From this place of expansion and ease, welcome your higher self, that part of you that is always in the vibration of love, the vibration of peace, the vibration of wisdom. Welcome your higher self to speak to you. Pay attention to what surfaces in the mind as we contemplate some questions. Am I willing to change? Am I willing to grow? Where is life asking this of me? Am I willing to see everything that life brings to me as an opportunity to grow? What can I choose to see differently? Where can I move to a higher perspective? What am I willing to release in this moment? Allow your higher self to show you. Either silently or in a soft whisper, I invite you to repeat after me. I am willing to change. I am willing to grow. I align to my fullest potential. Life does not happen to me. Life happens for me. I make these claims in my truth and see them manifested in my life. And so it is. Thank you, God. And this concludes our time of meditation, and we have the joy of a beautiful song, If Love Is Why I'm Here.
Love is why I'm here. Let me be an open channel. If
Thank you all. Will. And today we're talking about open to the question, like the poem was about opening the eyes, opening our eyes, opening. What am I aligning myself with? That's a question. What am I aligning myself with? We talk about here sometimes, am I organizing myself to be put out? Am I organizing myself to be joyful? And the answer is yes, both, at different times, right? Could be moment to moment. So what was coming through about this for me was, am I open to what life wants to do through me? It's another question. Am I open to what life wants to move through me? Again, yes and no. But if I ask these kinds of questions, then the opportunity or the likelihood, really, of me being open is greater. Because then I remember I'm not here to serve myself. I'm not here to tick the boxes. I'm here to be used. I'm here to connect. I'm here to model and be inspired by others. And ultimately here to love, no matter what. Big sigh on that one. So the highest expression of will is not getting what I want, because we can use will to get what we want, right? But it's really about becoming available to what is being asked of me, what wants to come forward here through me. And Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, he and his wife Myrtle founded Unity. Charles Fillmore frames movement as will becoming aligned with divine mind rather than being driven by personal self. So how am I aligning myself? Again, asking that question, being open to that question. So in seminary, we did a lot of work on the 12 powers. So there's a power a month. Each month or each power has a color. This month is silver, an apostle, a month, and an energy center in the body. And there's a continuum of will, if you will. So on the one end, underdeveloped, it's indecisive. Any of the Libras here? Should I? Shouldn't I? Yeah. Should I? Shouldn't I? So indecisive, irresolute, passive, vacillating, waiting for others to decide for us. And then overdeveloped on the other side is pig-headed or bone-headed, stubborn. Don't confuse me with the facts. Controlling, forcing outcomes. I will do it. Will has a certain like that kind of will, I will has like a gesture and a face with it. But the developed, balanced will is focus. It's diligent. I made a decision. I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep doing the steps necessary to do that. It's responsive. It's the ability to respond. Responsibility. Ability to respond. I'm able to act, able to change course when there's new information or there's new understanding. Like, oh, okay, we were doing this, and now it appears that this is what we're going to be doing. It's commitment without rigidity. fine line there, can be. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then maybe some new information comes along. Okay, I am open to the question, is this what wants to happen? Leading from an inner alignment rather than control. So that's balanced. And we can go back and forth, it's like infinity simple between the two, and hopefully land in that balanced center from time to time. So again, life moving through me when I'm balanced in will. I can be balanced in something and imbalanced either direction in another area of my life at the same time. That can be confusing. Like, I'm winning in this area, and I'm just really surrendered and flow of life and feel really good, and life's going through me. And yet, over here, my work life or my relationship life or finances or whatever, it's like there's some rigidity or some indecision or whatever, And I was reminded when I was getting ready for the sermon, I had a friend named Annie, and Annie had been a CEO, and then she had a epiphany, and she went to that Santa Monica University where it's a very spiritual psychology degree that they do there. And they dove into all the nooks and crannies of themselves so that when they went out and served people, they wouldn't be smearing all their shadow on others. And she learned how to have the hardest conversations, and she taught me how to have hard conversations, and she was so balanced, and she could spout this off so easily. And I was talking to her right after she'd gone to Berkeley. She took her daughter up to Berkeley to have a look at it, potentially to go as a student, and got into a fight with her daughter on the way home. And her daughter said to her, "You're so good at that everywhere but here." And I was like, Annie, I get it. We can't be 100% in every area all the time, but we can course correct and we can use our will to bring it back into balance. And she did. She was like, you know what, honey, you are right. I am like a neophyte in my family with this stuff, but I'm going to keep doing it out there as best as I can, and hopefully it'll rub off in here. So we can use our will to repair, to make amends, to own, the shadow. Yeah, so stubbornness isn't strength, and I don't know about you guys, but I had that modeled, that stubbornness was strength, and it's not. It's just stubbornness and a pain in the neck for me, if I'm stubborn, and the people around me. And indecision isn't openness. I can label it like that. But will, in this way that we're talking about, lives in that courageous middle. Open. Parker Palmer has written a number of wonderful books, including a book called Let Your Life Speak. I highly recommend it. And he says that vocation isn't fundamentally about asking, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What's my purpose? What do I want to do? He says the question is, what is my life trying to tell me? What's my life trying to tell me? So that's a shift from like, I'm going to manufacture the life of my dreams, to listening, how does life want to go through me? What's mine to do? And sometimes that's surprising. Like when you accidentally end up in ministry school and you're like, but I don't go to church. What? And then this beautiful place here sends the love tractor beam to Puerto Rico and pulls me out and brings me here. It's like, wait, that wasn't the plan. But I couldn't have planned it better. Yay! Yeah. Yay is right. So, what is my life trying to tell me? Parker Palmer also writes that before we tell our lives what we intend to do with them, we might first listen to what life's trying to tell us. And that's aligning, that's, okay, I'm going to make a decision, not on default, not on stubbornness, not deferring to outside people, but like, what's really wanting to come forward in me? There's another book I really like, The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. Anybody? Yeah, wow. And it's so good, and it's a memoir of sorts, and it reads like a Grisham novel at the end. It's really good. So he says in The Surrender Experiment, rather than forcing life to conform to his plans, he repeatedly chose to say yes to whatever was placed in front of him. And he said, then I let the flow of life, the stream of life, flow through me. That blew me away. I was like, wait, what? Like, oh, and then I could look in hindsight and see where I'd let the stream of life go through me, and I saw where I'd built up some dams and had some congestion. So his experiment wasn't, I'll never make another decision. It was, instead of insisting on my agenda, I'll participate in what life is offering me. So it's an interpretation of the scripture, not thy will, but mine, not my will, but thine be done. Not my will, but thine be done. And here we believe in the universal nature of God, if you want to call it that. And we know that that's within me. It's not thine outside, it's what's going on in here when I'm really centered and I'm here. So again, Fillmore, talking about not my will. It's so easy to impose or interpret weakness as not my will. When I'm in surrender, I can judge it. It's better if I don't, though. And Fillmore sees the opposite of weakness. And Jesus didn't become less powerful as he surrendered and surrendered and surrendered. He became more powerful, right? And how many of us have had the experience of surrendering and then, wow, I never could have imagined this. I never could have imagined you. That's one of the things for me. Like, I could never have imagined you in this place. Beyond my wildest dreams and imagination. So, will becoming aligned with the divine, that's the highest expression of the faculty of will. So one of the questions that came up while I was writing this also was, what if the deepest freedom, the most vast freedom, isn't in getting my way? And I don't know about you, but that's disconnect. It's like, no, I get my way and then I can be happy. I get my way and then I'm kind of have peace, right? That's the default, the old programming. So what if becoming available to life now that's already trying to emerge through me, what if I got aligned with that even more and more and more? What could happen? Beyond my wildest dreams, beyond our wildest dreams. Connections that I didn't know were possible, work that I didn't know was available, friends, prosperity, health. Not my ideas, but something better. Not my will, but my will aligning with divine will. So, a practice that we can do is, instead of this week, just the next few days, instead of what do I want? which can be tricky because a lot of us got our wants messed with when we were kids, you know? And so, like, a lot of times as adults, we're like, I don't even know what I want. But instead of coming at it from that direction, opening to the question, what's life inviting of me? What wants to emerge here? What would love choose? Say that one again. What would love choose here? And what would my deepest self say yes to? So rather than indecision or passivity or, I don't know, or don't confuse me with the facts, this is how it's going to go. What wants to emerge? Why am I here? I don't have to answer it. It will be answered for me. So this week we can open to the question, what's the stream of life actually want from me today? Yeah. What wants to emerge? Or even backing it up, am I open to the question? Amen.
Thank you, Brother Anand. That was... Well, it is time for our love offering, and we know that many of you give electronically and automatically month to month, and we certainly am so deeply grateful for that ability to depend on that. And if you give electronically and the basket goes by, you would just want to bless the currency that is in that basket, we appreciate that as well. If you're giving with someone, you may want to hold hands and give together. All of the change that we receive in the basket today goes to our Change for Change recipient. And for July and August, that recipient is Nevada County Foster Youth Services. Nevada County Foster Youth Services provides students in out-of-home placements with the resources needed to achieve their maximal educational and vocational potential and well-being through a holistic, multidisciplinary, and collaborative approach. So, beautiful recipient. We're so happy to bless them with our change. So if you would speak with me the intention for our offering. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. So I invite our ushers to come forward as we enjoy another song.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children cry. One love. Hear the children cry. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Oh, let them all pass all their dirty remarks. Oh, love, there is one reason I really love to ask. Oh, is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to save his own? One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright, as it was in the beginning. One love, so it shall be. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get Armageddon. One love, so when the man comes, there will be no more doom. Oh, so have pity on those whose chances are growing thinner. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. One heart, one heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Hey.
Thanks, you guys. Beautiful. Thank you, Bonnie. We receive your participation in the law of circulation with grateful hearts, knowing that this allows us to do the work that we do here within these four walls and beyond. Thank you, and we bless you 1,000-fold, and also these gifts. We have some announcements. Our August hypnosis workshop with Teresia is Thursday, August 20th at 5:30. Releasing limiting beliefs. Anybody up for some of that? We've got sleep and brain health. This is a special speaker on Friday, August 21st at 12:30, and there's details in the newsletter. Yes, so that sounds amazing. Deep dive into the divine power of will. So we'll do a workshop on that, 90-minute workshop with me. And that's on Wednesday the 19th at 1. And Susan's back with her sound bath and meditation. Yay. Thursday, August 27th at 1. And Embodiments of Love, a new book study on Sundays, starting in September at 12. That's immediately after, or it's after snacks, after service. And then we're going to have a new member orientation and welcome on the 19th of September at 10. Rev Joe and I will be leading that again. And even if you're already a member, you're welcome to come back because we'll cover other things. And you can deepen your experience of Unity teachings. Thank yous to Claire for platform, Janaea for Daily Word, Drew, Tom, and Jonathan for music. Our greeters, Mary and Janaea, ushers, May and Bonnie, chaplain Maggie, hospitality, Marge, sound, Lance, love stream and PowerPoint, Edward and Leslie, gift and bookshop, Jeannie, altar, MJ, children, Kelly, and light holder, Carolyn. And Julia, actually. Okay. So we didn't have any kids join us today. So we'll go to, I know. You gotta bring your kids or your grandkids. All right, would you care to stand as you are able, and we'll say the prayer for protection. Holding hands with consent. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am, and all is well. Yay. Take us home, y'all.
Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray. Thank y'all.